What is up? My name is Carlos, and I'm going to show you exactly how I lost 15 pounds of fat, increased my energy, boosted my confidence while working 40 plus hour weeks and less than 6 hours in the gym per week. That caused me to go from this to this in just a matter of months. And this is done with resistance training and macro manipulation. And if you're not sure what those two terms are, I'm going to show you at the end of this video, so that if you're actually someone who's trying to dial in their physique without any more slow progress, without wasting infinite hours in the gym and just cooking random meals, and without cutting out your favorite foods and following all these rigid diet plans that don't seem to work, then this is the video for you, and I can't wait to show you. And if you're truly ready to start building your dream physique again without the slow progress, the long gym hours, and the strict diets, there's a link below to book a call and see if we can actually help you shape your body to the best of its ability. So let me show you guys this proof of concept with previous clients that I've had in the past with Isaac and Ryan. And they were both 3-month transformations, and they both were in very similar situations. But Isaac was juggling a full-time 9-to-5 job, college classes, and a relationship while feeling stuck in a skinny fat physique. He struggled to make progress on his own, constantly spinning his wheels with no clear direction. But after joining the program and talking with me, we dialed his nutrition and his training to fit his packed schedule, and he transformed his body like crazy. He built muscle, he lost his fat, and he just got in the best shape of his life just in time for summertime. Ryan, on the other hand, was a full-time college student and a part-time worker. He's a great friend of mine, but his gym consistency was just all over the place. And so we started lifting together after class, pushing each other to the max, and that accountability alone just changed everything, because we were pushing each other, making sure we weren't getting comfortable too much. And in just 3 months, he went from skinny fat to packing on serious muscle, proving that with the right intensity, consistency, and like friends around you, you can have a rapid transformation if you really put in the work, even with a busy schedule. And matter of fact, he actually got a girlfriend after this, but I'm not saying that the physique alone got him the girlfriend, but it was a big reason why he was able to do that. But in case you guys don't know me personally, I'll just go ahead and show you right now and how I got here. So growing up, I loved soccer and was super dedicated for the love for the game, right? So despite my skills, I was still very shy, skinny. I had acne. I wish I had more pictures of me with acne, but I was just super embarrassed to have them. And I also had big teeth, so it's not really the best mix. I got called a lot of different names, and I used to think I looked good. You know, I played good on the field, but I used to think I looked good. But when I looked at the pictures of myself, I was a skinny, underweight with twig arms, and I could just easily be thrown around, right? And so yeah, this is me playing soccer, and this is actually moments before I tore my ACL, and I'll just get into that later. But as you can see, I was just super skinny, man. I was skinny to the bone, and I used to think I looked good because I was an athlete, right? I used to think, oh, I'm born with a good physique because I'm an athlete. No, that's not the case. Anyways, I started to lift in my garage with basic equipment, but that wasn't going to cut it, right? It did get me results, but it didn't get me the results that I could have achieved if I knew what I know now. And I was eating super unhealthy, fast food all the time. After practice, it would be like I would get a mocha frap from McDonald's, bro. I would get a cheeseburger. It's like, that's not a big deal. I burned off the calories. That's not the case. But I made decent progress in that first year, right? Decent progress, even though my nutrition wasn't the best. I made decent progress with the bro split. Which the bro split is one body part per day for a week, right? And then you have like one rest day or such. So this is me in 2022. This is me in 2023, looking the exact same, if not worse. Like, honestly, that when I saw this picture, I was like, what am I doing wrong? Honestly, like, I showed this on my Instagram too. This picture right here was like, what am I doing wrong that I lifted for a whole year and not a single ounce of muscle looks like it was just packed on me? Not a single. That made me super upset. And so to top it all off, again, I tore my ACL playing soccer and had to get surgery just a few months later. And this was actually the reason why I missed my varsity year of playing soccer. Like, I missed a lot of opportunities of like playing. And my varsity year was one of the most important years, and the year that I wanted to play the most, because it was the last year of high school. I mean, we won the league, but still, I wanted to participate in the game. So I was broke, I was crippled, I was jobless, and just recovery from the ACL was just a pain, man. I don't even want to get into that. It felt like hell. And I was also too anxious to be in the gym. Like, even when I recovered from the ACL injury, I was too anxious to be in the gym around others, especially with how skinny I looked, and I felt socially anxious, right? I didn't know how to act in front of other people in the public. I felt awkward. I didn't know what to do. But 2023, one of the best years of growth that I've had. Like, it was a bad year technically, but in terms of like long-term game, best year of growth I've ever had, right? Honestly, I miss my close family members that I lost that year, right? 2023, I missed, like, in the span of a year, really close family members, my uncle, my grandma, and other people. And I also had my biggest breakup in that year, right? I've had like little breakups back then, but that was the biggest one because that was like officially done. And I was heartbroken, right? And I decided that I was done. I was super done being complacent. I was done being where I was at. I was done being skinny. I wanted to transform my physique and just my life in general. So I took the uncomfortable step, got a gym membership, and I didn't get a gym membership. I started going to the gym at school, and then I got a job working as a cashier, just working hours and hours and hours on end to get me some income, which allowed me to get my first fitness program. And I was training super hard at my college gym. I gained a lot of weight too. This was the time where I really took the bulk super far, right? In the beginning of the bulk, I gained muscle. I was looking good, but I just took it way too far where I was just getting more fat than I was getting muscle. So you see here, this is me at the with the uniform, and this is me last year, beginning of the bulk, and this is me at the end. I looked shitty. I looked like I didn't even lift a dumbbell in my life. So with so much conflicting advice, I just didn't know what was the best way to build muscle, keep the fat off with school, homework, and work, like at my job. I just didn't know how to balance it all. And I scoured every single video. But the truth is, YouTube videos, there's a lot of clickbait titles, a lot of clickbait people who just want to get attention, and it's just not even authentic anymore. The fitness industry is not even authentic, and you see people who are saying they're natural also. It's really inauthentic right now. And it was super just hard to find the right advice, if that makes sense. So every video I looked, it just like conflicted with another video I watched, and I just didn't know what to do, right? I was too afraid of making the wrong mistakes, and I just didn't know what the right answer was, right? I just wanted the right answer, and I'll just go all in on that. And eventually, by dialing in my progressive overload, the right balance of cardio, and the right nutrition, I finally, after years, I cracked the code. This is me currently right now. This is me, my physique right now. This is me before. You can see the difference. This is the same spot right here, and this is me now. Okay, I'm not done yet. I'm just showing you what my progress has been like so far. And I realized it was so simple this whole entire time to just do progressive overload and macro manipulation. Simple as that. But too many people, let me tell you, they look for shortcuts, and when they don't see progress after a month, they say it doesn't work. They go make a YouTube video, they go make an Instagram, this doesn't work, and it just causes this whole drama all over social media, which is why you cannot find the right answer. Macro manipulation is the strategic adjustment of protein, carbs, fats to optimize muscle growth, fat loss, and performance at the same time. Progressive overload is the gradual increase of training intensity, whether that's the weight, whether that's reps, or the volume, to continuously challenge and strengthen your muscles. And like simultaneously, if you see your weights going up, you're just simultaneously getting more muscle, right? That's just logic. So the lessons I have learned along the way, I learned how to handle challenges, not care what others think. I started posting everything on social media, and I just was super scared of what other people might think. But I found out I just went over the hurdle, didn't care at all, and now this is where I'm at right now. I'm gonna show you how I can transform your life also. And I got over my breakup quicker than most people would. Most people would take years to get over someone. It took me just half a year. It was painful, but it just took me under half a year, and now I just feel so free. And speaking of freedom, I've always wanted to have the freedom of doing what I want, eat what I want, whenever I want, and now I can do that because now I know my body is capable of handling all these types of stress, like mental stress, physical stress, whether I want to go on a hike or if I want to go running, want to go catch the waves. Like I just started catching the waves and just like getting used to all that. I wasn't able to do that before because I would get swept up by the waves, or I would just not be able to handle all the running because of my overweight fat ass. Okay? I'm super confident now. I can freely take off my shirt at the beach knowing that I worked hard to get to where I am right now. And this is just the beginning for me, honestly. I've only just cracked the code. It's just something I haven't known for the longest time, and now I've just known it recently. And I can only imagine where I can be in just a couple years, right? And this is all because my fitness journey got me here. Okay, from a skinny kid who struggled with confidence to a fat kid who struggled with confidence to now a man that has conquered his mind, learned how to be disciplined, handle any challenges that may come his way in the future. In that case, I have an opportunity for you. And the truth is, you don't need more information, because if that was the case, you would have already achieved your goal and you wouldn't be watching this video right now. But what if you could learn how to get your dream physique, be held accountable, and be part of a like-minded community of others? I promise you, this would actually change your life. But let's be clear on who this is for, right? Because this is not fit for everyone. But for those who want top-tier confidence, confidence that allows you to be proud of who you are, get rid of all your insecurities, and allow you to do anything you want in life without the fear of judgment. If you're feeling lost and need guidance and direction towards your goals, if you're an action taker and once you set a goal and you don't want to wait but you want to get started right away, if you're tired of slow progress and you just want the smartest and efficient path possible, if you're open-minded to advice from someone who is where you want to be, and if you want relentless accountability to learn discipline and not only to achieve your fitness but also other goals as well. And this is simply not for you if you are not patient enough, if you aren't willing to spend months developing your character and physique, if you're a quitter and if you don't see results as fast as you want to and you give up, then don't bother joining. And if you're not going to make this a priority, then don't bother watching this video, because we want people to really prioritize this aspect of your life. And if your ego is too big, you need to be willing to take criticism from someone who's where they want to be. But if you're not willing to do that, then this is just not for you. And it really comes down to one of 3 reasons on why you're not succeeding. And it could be all 3 of these. But the first one is accountability. All the other coaches have not held you accountable, and they just expect you to follow the plan that they gave you without really making sure that you did it. So why not make sure you have someone that won't give excuses, but make sure you execute it daily. The second one is training, and you're not even training right. You don't even know how many sets you did, how many reps you did, or what the exercises you even hit, or what the muscle groups are. So how do you even know if you're actually training the right muscles? The third one, probably one of the biggest ones, is your diet. If you think you have the right diet, then why don't you have the dream physique that you have, right? If you don't know how to track the calories, the macros, or how to adjust them, that's basically super important, and all the other stuff could be right. But if your foods are not on point, then it's all for nothing. And the biggest lie you've been told is that all you need is a training split and a meal plan. That's the biggest lie. But yes, you can have a training split. Yes, you can have a decent meal plan, but you're going to feel alone and you're not going to know how to conquer everything in here. Because everything in here is what dictates what you do outside. Because this is what thoughts process through. And if your thoughts are just going whatever how you feel, then you're not going to stick to the training or the decent meal plan. So it's all for nothing. And this is going to be unsustainable, because you're going to hit a wall and you're not going to know what to do, and your coach is not going to hold you accountable. He's going to say, just eat this. That's not really coaching. So in the past, you probably walked away with just nothing of value. You probably have a meal plan from an old file or something, but you didn't really follow it because you didn't know how to conquer your mind inside. So you got to work with someone who knows how to create a workout plan and a meal plan based on your schedule. Because I understand that things can get busy, or things might come up in the future or later on. So you need to know how to adjust everything. And all you have to do with this one is just follow along this program. I'm going to tell you why you need to follow along and what exactly the reason is that you do every single action. And so the final section is the 6 fundamentals to a shredded physique and a winning mindset. And the first things first, and of course it has to be first, which is your mindset mastery. It might sound cliche, but everything again that goes through here dictates what you do in your physical aspect. So you have to get rid of your limiting mindset that has been holding you back your entire life, and adapt a mindset that allows you to succeed in any aspect of your life. And it allows you to believe that you can do whatever you desire to do. So you got to build the foundation you need to get started on your fitness journey in the first place. Because without a good mindset, nothing's going to work. So this isn't something that you accomplish overnight. We prep you to get ready to face the hardest challenges in your life and in your fitness journey. So this is like including how to visualize and goals and then turn them into the reality, how to be self-aware and cut your vices out of your life, and how to meditate to think clearly. And I'm not talking about some humming shit. No, I'm talking about even walking in nature. That's also meditating to clear your mind so that you can take action whenever you're like at the gym or whenever you're about to cook your meal or something, like something simple like that. And this is to teach you habits that I use to break my insecurities and limiting beliefs and mindset barriers. The second thing is building your optimal workout plan based on your goals and your schedule, because the best workout plan is not a cookie cutter plan that works for everyone. Okay, there's no such thing. The best one is the one that you can be consistent with and that you have time for. Okay, because everyone's schedule is super different, so we have to make this time efficient. You might have 30 minutes, you might have 45 minutes, you might even have an hour and a half, who knows. But no matter what, depending how much time you have, we have to make the exercises count. And so we're not going to make it like super rigid. We're going to make it so you can enjoy the process, and when you leave the gym, you feel super confident and you feel like you had a good workout and a good pump. And the third thing, and the probably most important in terms of personalization, is your nutrition, because what might work for someone else is not going to work for you. Even if you might have the same goals, if you eat the same way they do, you're not going to achieve your dream physique, because they might need more macros, you might need more protein, they might need more carbs. It's all super different, and it's like super specific that if you don't really like dial in this part, every other thing in the like in terms of workouts or in terms of recovery, it might not even matter, because you don't have the right fuel in your body. And you're not going to make you completely throw away all the foods you've been eating these past few months. Like, I understand you have fast food, you have burgers, you have sandwiches, whatever, all this stuff. You're not going to completely throw that away. What we're going to do is tailor your schedule to when you can eat it and in moderation, so that you can stay consistent for the long term. And the fourth thing is about being in a like-minded community. And the biggest mistake that I made, and also a lot of people make, is that thinking self-improvement is about being in this lone wolf journey, and yet you're all lonely and no one's like you. When the truth is, there are thousands of people like you. Like, you just need to find them. You don't know where they are. So the goal is to offer you a space where you can share your journey together while pushing. And the fifth thing is accountability, because if you don't see progression, that means there's no one holding you accountable. Because when I tried to do everything myself, I felt overwhelmed and I felt alone. So there was only one solution to this, which was to find other people who were just like me. Like, for example, here I was holding Ryan accountable to make sure he's working the right muscle, and then here in this photo, this guy was holding me accountable. I mean, we're friends now, but he was holding me accountable because he saw me doing the face pulls and I was pretty much struggling with it, and he was like, "Hey bro, try this instead, go light on the weight, your shoulders are gonna thank you for it." And so I listened to him, and now that's the advice I'm taking. I'm gonna see how that progresses. The point is, you need friends who are not just going to let you slack off. You need people who's going to hold you accountable and say you need to get your stuff together. I was glad that I had a coach in the past that was able to hold me accountable, but after that experience, I had no one else. It was just me, myself, and I. And the last thing is, you get direct access to me and my knowledge, because once you join the program, you have my number and you get to ask me questions. If there's any more information you need, you get to go ahead and ask me and I'll make it for you. This is so I can make sure that you have everything that you need in order to achieve your goals. And so just to go over the 6-step process again for your transformation, it is mindset mastery, optimal workout plans, quick and easy meal plans, like-minded community, relentless accountability, and direct access to me. So if you're finally ready to start building muscle, finally ready to see your abs for the first time without all the unnecessary struggle, then make sure you book in a call below and I'll make sure you're a good fit if we can actually get your results to where you want to be.